Hey guys, in this video I'm working on a 2014 Maserati Ghibli. It's a 3-liter twin turbo V6. I'm going to be doing a R&R intake manifold and a few PVC hose pipes while I'm in there. Customer came in with the misfire, so this is my first time doing this job, so in the very beginning you can see me kind of assessing what I have to replace, what I have to remove, or not replace, but what I have to remove, and kind of like scoping it out. First things first, raise the car up. The car doesn't really have any crazy lifting points on this one. It's kind of like any other Euro car has. They have those little pads underneath. Once you have that off, the front of the car mine had the 30 Torques. There's there's several of them up front near the bumper, and then I had a couple of 10mm bolts towards the back of the belly pan. Once you have those removed, you can see in the video that it is actually quite impossible to get to the corkscrew without removing the subframe or support, whatever that is. I wasn't gonna be removing too many cosmetics on this job, to be honest. It is a Maserati. Not too familiar with them, but kind of pain in the butt. After you have all that, after you have the coolant drained, I honestly just kind of follow the lines where you see two coolant pipes going across the top of the intake. Follow those two lines, drain it right there. Honestly, you won't even have to burp the system. You'll just fill it back up because the car has two coolant reservoirs. Once you have that off, go ahead and start removing the shroud. Let the coolant kind of drain off. The shroud's held on by plastic fasteners. Mine were the Philip. There's no secret on how to remove the actual windshield wipers. You legit just move them up and down until they loosen up, and you just pull up on it. Once you have both the windshield wipers removed, on that plastic cover, just pull up on it. You'll see it's pretty similar to how some of the German cars are made. You just pull up on it and the clip kind of just pops off. Just be careful. Get as close as possible with your hand. You don't really need any kind of pick or anything like that. You risk damaging the actual windshield, and then that's going to be pricey. You don't want to do that. You can kind of pry up with your fingers along the sides, and the whole thing should pop off slowly. And they do rip pretty easily, so be careful. The rest of the video is just me taking apart a lot of this electrical wiring harness. You literally just want to get it as loose as possible. You do have to remove the back portion of where the cabin air filter sits. That's also held on by 4 10mm nuts. Pretty visible once you're up and about. I know the camera angles don't show it whatsoever, but like I said, this is my first time doing this job. There's not going to be a lot of good shots in this. Just trying to walk you guys through what I was dealing with on this one. I just know that there isn't too many videos of this car or of this job itself. The wiring harness is mainly attached by plastic clips, and I think a couple fasteners on the driver's side. That upper strut mount or sway bar. The upper sway bar is held on by 4 13mm nuts, and there's also a 10 millimeter bolt on the back side of the driver's side of that brace. And like I said, a couple of fasteners, a couple of plastic clips, and the whole thing should pop off no problem. And the rest of the video is just gonna, like I said, mainly electrical wiring harness, clips, and whatnot. Just kind of work your way around. You can see me bagging bolts and marking everything. Just from paranoia, honestly. I didn't want to break anything, lose anything, whatnot. It's kind of how I do most of my jobs, especially for the first time, unless I know what the hell I'm doing and I've done the job plenty of times, and then I won't be too cautious. But you should always do it just for good practice. Most of the wiring harness and fuel lines and the vacuum lines and the coolant lines and pipes and everything else is held on by 5 or 6 millimeter Allen or hex, whatever you want to call them, bolts. A couple of 10s here and there, but everything, like I said, most of the stuff is held on by 5 and 6 millimeter Allens. Like I said, I couldn't really go too much into detail because I didn't know what I was exactly doing. I was just kind of going through with my intuition on how I would do this job, just like I'd handle any other job out there. You do kind of, like, I kind of did a little bit of prying here and there, nothing too crazy. You can actually see me taking off the throttle body in this one, and I kept it connected because I didn't want to do a relearn process. If there was a relearn process, I wasn't sure if my Autel can handle that or was able to do it, so I just didn't even bother disconnecting it. The charge tube that connects to the throttle body is held on by 2 10 millimeter nuts or bolts. I don't exactly remember, and I forgot, to be honest, but they're right at the Y. They're right below the Y of the charge tube that connects to the throttle body itself. The rest of that Y is actually just connected to the 2 rubber charge tubes, so you'll have enough playroom there. You don't actually have to completely take it off. You can just be able to play with it here and there. It won't damage anything. You're not actually stressing anything out. It's just gonna chill there. You don't have to worry about that. The rest of the stuff, again, 5 and 6 millimeter hex or Allen bolts. Lots of clips, lots of connectors. Mark everything. Mark as many things as possible. I marked everything, and I took pictures of everything with my phone just for preference. You can never be too safe. Another thing, when removing the intake manifold on this one, there are, again, coolant pipes going across on each passenger and driver's side of the intake manifold, upper side of it. You can't miss them. Also, there's a PVC hose assembly that you do need to remove completely. You're gonna, or your risk damaging, snapping it. You know how well Italians like to build their cars. Can't really bend everything or pry everything, so be careful. From my understanding, what the dealer told me, that PVC kind of does go out on quite a few of these Ghiblis. I don't know if I pronounced the word Ghibli correct, but whatever. That PVC goes from right behind the throttle body over to each side of the head. I'm pretty sure that's like their crankcase vent valve thing that they got going on, or their design of it. Again, they're either 5s or 6mm hex or Allens. They are routed around a lot of electrical stuff, a lot of electrical components. So again, just mark everything, take pictures, whatever you have to do. Again, not a lot of detail in this video, just a little bit of FYI how I did it. I know people are not gonna like it, but hey, you know, I did my best. I know I need to get a drop light for better lighting, but a lot of these new cars are made out of either stainless steel, carbon fiber, or aluminum, so you can't really attach to anything. I kind of like my little light. I know it doesn't look right, but hey, whatever. Some of this video is a little bit out of order because I do have just a cheap little GoPro that doesn't really save properly, so I did my best just doing this video. I'm still kind of new at this kind of stuff, guys, so bear with me. Again, it's a lot of vacuum lines, a lot of electrical disconnecting, and just moving out of the way, prying out a little bit, just trying not to damage anything. I didn't actually have to remove the entire wiring harness, which is kind of a blessing, to be honest. And then once you have most of it off, you have both the coolant pipes off the sides. It's actually kind of easy to just remove. Slide that intake manifold, kind of lift up on it, and then go towards the front bumper, and that's literally it. And towards the end of the video, I don't really show you how I put everything back together, but it's literally everything just in reverse order. You can see at the end of the video of how dirty how gunked up and carbonized the carbon buildup on the valves. I didn't use anything special, just brake clean, WD picks, and wire brushes, and I did use a vacuum and a compressed air just to push everything out, make sure all the valves are closed when you're doing this so you don't get anything in the cylinders. And yeah, just a little bit before and after towards the very end of the video. I missed a whole lot of steps, guys. I really do apologize for that. I just did kind of my best on this one. Not really my best, but I just kind of did a little flyby video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Sorry I couldn't do better. I'll keep trying on the videos. But yeah, good luck. Have a good day.